Hello folks, welcome into episode 5 of Around the ICC European Edition with me, Kevin Egan. Today we'll get you up to speed with Europe's top leagues, tell you about 3 super teens, including one 15-year-old that created history and one Ronaldo outfit that broke the internet for all the right reasons. But first, congratulations Liverpool. The Reds ended their 30-year league title drought in style, and they're the subject of our ICC 11. So here we go. My greatest Liverpool 11 of the Premier League era. In goal, no question, it's Alisson. Between the sticks, it was a consistent problem for Liverpool, but the signing of the Brazilian changed the course of this team. I'm going attack heavy, 3-4-3, so from right to left, I've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, who joined Liverpool age 6, now just 21, for me the best right back in the world. Big Virgil, maybe the best centre-back the Premier League has ever seen, so he's a lock. And then I'm going with Jamie Carragher over Sami Hyypiä for that final spot. Not the most talented, but in terms of leadership, loyalty, reliability, he's got to be there. There's no stopping this midfield. In the centre, Stevie G and Xabi Alonso. The team that won the Champions League in 2005, I don't think it was great, but it had an extraordinary midfield duo in those two. On the flanks, I toyed with many names, like McManaman, Barnes, or even changing the system for Andy Robertson. But ultimately, Salah and Mane both need to be there. They've allowed Jurgen Klopp play with the intensity his game requires. And oh yeah, they've banged in 170 goals between them for the Reds. Up top we go, Liverpool's best striker of the Premier League era and one of the shrewdest January signings ever, Luis Suarez. Footballer of the Year in 2014, Suarez hit 82 goals before leaving for Barca. Liverpool fans say they've got a lot of heroes, but only one man they call God, and that is Robbie Fowler. 183 goals for the working class local kid who was cheeky, who had swagger and a serious knack for goals. And completing my 11 is Fernando Torres, Liverpool's number 9. No defender could get near the Spaniard in his 4 years at Anfield, and he has to make the team. Oh yeah, Gerrard's the captain, Jurgen Klopp's the manager. What do you think? Let me know. So with Liverpool partying their way to the end of the campaign, I wanted to ask if they'll repeat next season. Here's what you guys had to say when polled against Pep's Man City, a resurgent Man United and a free-flowing youthful Chelsea. Our team saying Liverpool slightly edged the vote count over Manchester City. Should be an interesting season ahead. Now, is it just me or is the FA Cup interesting again? Big teams playing strong sides and now 4 giants in the semi-finals. Reigning champs Man City are still on course for a treble. League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League as well after they beat Newcastle 2-0. De Bruyne and Sterling disposing of the Magpies and now setting up a meeting with Arsenal after Ceballos nabbed a late winner for the Gunners at Sheffield United. Now Guardiola will face off against his old assistant for a place in the final against either Manchester United or Chelsea. Good luck calling this one. United haven't lost in 14 games and Paul Pogba, he's making Red Devils smile. And Chelsea, exhilarating and fun to watch. Oh, and Pulisic, Christian Pulisic. He's been absolutely sensational of late. 2 teams scrapping for 4th place in the league, that final Champions League spot. They clash in the Cup semis and it's going to be juicy. How the tide has turned in the La Liga title race. Barca led when coming back after the break, and now Real Madrid have a 2-point lead as well as the crucial head-to-head tiebreaker advantage. Now over the weekend, Barca could only take a point from Balados, and guess who rescued Celta late? Yes, easy. Iago Aspas. Oh, and remember, we warned you. Don't ever write off Luis Suarez. He bagged a brace, but ultimately, this is 2 points dropped for the Blaugrana. Not getting any easier for Messi and co either, as Atleti await on Tuesday. As for Los Blancos, Real Madrid left Catalonia happy after a 1-0 win at Espanyol, and once more Karim Benzema proved that he truly is a footballing wizard. His back heel for Casemiro's winner, a thing of beauty. Now with 6 games left to play, it's Real Madrid's title to lose. So with everyone and their granny seemingly thinking that Lazio have let the title slip in Italy, I'm not buying it. There's a 4-point gap right now between the sides and there's 10 rounds left and the old lady still has to play Milan, Atalanta, Roma and wait for it, yes, Lazio. If Ciro Immobile's men can hang on for dear life like they did on Saturday in their 2-1 win against Fiorentina, they've got a great chance. And I'm not convinced by this Juve side, and that's partly to do with the fact that I'm a hopeless romantic that wants to see Lazio win their first Scudetto in 20 years. Tuesday sees both sides face tricky away games. Keep an eye on Italy. The Bundesliga wrapped up over the weekend, and here's what you need to know. Bayern won their 8th straight and scored 100 goals in doing so. The second best ever tally. Lewandowski had 34 of them. Borussia Dortmund took second. Third goes to RB Leipzig, who saw Timo Werner score with his last touch for the club. And Gladbach's 2-1 win over Hertha sees them take the final Champions League place. At the bottom, Josh Sargent was on target for Werder Bremen in a massive win in every sense. 6-1 and now a lifeline as a playoff awaits. It's time to revisit our Super Teens segment, the part of the show where you may learn about the next Messi. Or not. At 3 is Manchester United's 18-year-old Mason Greenwood, an outstanding talent that's starting to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a selection headache. 14 goals in 40 games this season, and even United legends like Gary Neville saying that he's got to start. In at number 2 is the unpredictable, the electric 19-year-old Vinicius Jr. at Real Madrid. Still a lot of work to do, according to Zinedine Zidane, but his improvements are there for all to see. Excellent in the win against Mallorca and climbing the stacked list of attacking talent at the Bernabeu. And in at number 1 comes from that Real Madrid-Mallorca game, only this time for the Minnows. Meet Luca Romero, who became the youngest player in La Liga history at 15 years and 219 days, and to be fair, he didn't look out of place. Already, we've got comparisons to Messi and arguments about whether he should play for his country of birth, Mexico, his country of his parents, Argentina, or the country that he's lived in since he was 3 years of age, Spain. 3 passports, millions of opinions, just one decision. Actually, we should do a poll and let you guys at home decide, right? Actually, speaking of weird and wacky ideas, what was Ronaldo thinking here? First the man bun, now this. Do you know what? I love it, Cristiano. You be you. Very Saved by the Bell. I'd give it a go, but I don't really have that Turin tan. Or, well, any of... Yeah, you get the drift. Anyway, on that note, that wraps up this episode of Around the ICC European Edition. Check out the Hat-Trick podcast with Charlie, Ray and Neil. Their latest interview is with the young Canadian phenom, Alphonso Davies. Head to internationalchampionscup.com. Until next week, ciao ciao.